carciofi ripieni. And we're going to do stuffed whole artichokes with ground pork. So in a saute pan, I'm browning about 1 pound of lean ground pork. And if you find that pork is just too lean, well, you can add a little bit of olive oil as you go along. So I've got it browned, and now I want to add some onion to this. So a half a cup or a third of a cup of onion, chopped onion, goes in to flavor that, and we just want this to cook down until the onions are soft, and then I'll add a few other ingredients to it. So let's get serious now about artichokes, because here they are. And when you go to the store and you buy artichokes, or if you can get them out of your garden, look for artichokes that have really tight heads. You see how this is closed and the leaves are not separated, they're not out like that? That means that's a fairly fresh artichoke, and it should feel heavy in your hand. Now, a lot of the Italians like to just take a vegetable peeler and clean off the stem, and then they cook this stem. This can be very tender, but today we're not going to be doing that. We're going to take the stems off. So for this recipe, take the stem off, and you can either clean that later and use it in a saute, or you can discard it if you want to. And then, because we have these little spines here, you want to take off about a 1/4 inch down from the top of the artichoke and get rid of that. And then you take off some of these outer leaves. We're going to take some of the outer leaves off. I usually take like the first 2 or 3 layers because they tend to be tough. The type of artichoke that we have here in this country is called a globe artichoke, whereas the Italians use a variety called romanesco, which is chokeless, and so you don't even have to take out the choke. So now in the center of the artichoke, there is a hairy choke that we have to get out. But here's a neat way to do it. Instead of digging it out now, I partially cook these, and then I take the choke out. So when you have the artichokes all cleaned like that, then you want to put them in a pan with water. You want to cover the artichokes, put them in a pan, and cook them. And don't use aluminum for the pan. Use stainless steel, use enamel, use earthenware, but not aluminum, because aluminum can give a very metallic taste to artichokes. So here are the artichokes that we cooked. And now we can open up this center. It makes it a whole lot simpler. And down in here we have to take out this inner part. This is where the choke is. And you see that, all that spiny stuff. You don't want that. That could really just prickle your throat. And believe me, I know what that's like. So then with a melon ball scooper, I go down into the center and scoop out any remaining bits of that hairy stuff. You see that right there? You don't want that. We're actually going right down into the heart of the artichoke. So you want to do that for all of them. I'll put the meat mixture now in a bowl. Okay, so now we have onions and pork cooked, a little bit of salt. We're putting in some Italian flat leaf parsley, some dried oregano, and we're going to mix this mixture up. We want to put these in a baking pan, and all you do is take this mixture and put it right into the center. Now you can come up with a lot more fillings for artichokes than just this. So there's one. Another common way to have them is stuffed with ricotta cheese and mint. Well, there's our mixture. Then we want to cover this with some tomato sauce or some fresh tomatoes. So here is my fresh tomatoes, and I'm just going to pour that right over the top, making sure some of it gets into the base. Doesn't this look beautiful? And it's really a whole meal right here. Now we're going to bake them. I'm going to put some cheese on later on, some Parmesan cheese. So have a piece of foil ready, cover up the artichokes, and put them in a 350-degree oven, and we're going to cook them for about 30 or 35 minutes. Then I'm going to take the paper off, the foil off, sprinkle the cheese on the top, and allow them to finish cooking uncovered. How easy could this be?